Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek. And a bit of Lord of the Rings news hot off the presses. Peter Jackson working on new Lord of the Rings films for Warner Brothers, and it's going to be out in 2026. But Peter Jackson's not directing it. But anyway, so let's get into this news item that I've just heard about. So off we go, make myself titchy tiny. Right, let's get the news up. Here it is. So, this is from the Hollywood Reporter, Alex Weprin. But before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. So all that stuff. Links are in the description for a variety of things. So go down there and have an explore in the description. Right, here we go, the Hollywood Reporter. Peter Jackson working on new Lord of the Rings films for Warner Brothers targeting 2026 debut. The company is now in the early stages of script development on the projects, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav said Thursday, i.e. today. And there's Peter Jackson. Is this from The Hobbit? I don't know. Is this from the original Lord of the Rings? I don't know. I can't really tell. I'm going by his weight. It looks a little bit thinner there, doesn't it? And I think he was a bit thinner, wasn't he, when he started doing the Hobbit movies. But anyway. Oh yes, it says there. Peter Jackson on the set of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. There we go. I think he's piled the weight back on again, though. He went on a porridge diet, didn't he? He just ate nothing but porridge oats. I think that was that, wasn't it? And he lost loads of weight, didn't he, during making of King Kong, wasn't it? Anyway, right, Warner Brothers has made it official. It will be returning to Middle-earth. On Warner Brothers Discovery's first quarter earnings conference call on Thursday, CEO David Zaslav said that the company is now in the early stages of script development for new Lord of the Rings movies, plural, which he says they anticipate releasing in 2026 and will explore storylines yet to be told. The first film from New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers Pictures will be called Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum. WT. What the hell does WT stand for? I have no idea. Let me know in the comments if you're brainier than me, which is most people. With Andy Serkis set to star and direct the feature. So that'll be interesting. So what will this be? Will this be about when the period of time that Gandalf were off doing his research, sort of the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring, when Gandalf went off when he found out that Bilbo had a magic ring and he suspected it was the One Ring. Then he went off to do his research, didn't he, at Minas Tirith. And quite a long time went by, didn't it? But not in the film, but in the book, quite a long time went by. And during this time, I also learned that Gollum was captured by Sauron's forces and tortured and all that. Didn't Gandalf also essentially torture Gollum? I should have read that somewhere, but I don't know. I've not read the books. I've got them, not read the buggers, because, as I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of Tolkien's prose. I find it hard work, but anyway. Zaslav said that director Peter Jackson and his long-time writing partners Fran Walsh and Philippa Boyens will be involved every step of the way. Boyens and Walsh will write the screenplay. The deal covers 2 films in the franchise. Right. It is an honour and a privilege to travel back to Middle-earth with our good friend and collaborator Andy Serkis, who has unfinished business with that stinker Gollum, Jackson, Boyens and Walsh said in a statement. As lifelong fans of Professor Tolkien's vast mythology, we are proud to be working with Mike DeLuca, Pam Abdi and the entire team at Warner Brothers on another epic adventure. I won't do the impression. Yes, precious, the time has come once more to venture into the unknown with my dear friends, the extraordinary and incomparable guardians of Middle-earth, Peter, Fran and Philippa. That's a bit of a dig at Amazon, isn't it? It is, added Serkis. With Mike and Pam and the Warner Brothers team on the quest as well, alongside Weta and our filmmaking family in New Zealand, it's just all too delicious. Another dig at Amazon and the Rings of Power. Which, remember, they did the first season in New Zealand, then they buggered off to England, didn't they? They've come over here to the UK to film season 2 and all that. So that's another dig, in my opinion. And rightly so. Lord of the Rings, because, New Zealand is Middle-earth, innit? in everybody's hearts. Lord of the Rings is one of the most successful and revered franchises in history and presents a significant opportunity for our theatrical business, Zaslav said. That's all he's really bothered about, isn't it? Warner Bros. Discovery first said that it was developing new Lord of the Rings movies a little over a year ago, cutting a deal with rights holders Embracer Group AB to develop new films based on J.R.R. Tolkien's book series. Don't forget we've got the animated movie to come. I think it's this year, isn't it? Later on this year. The Rohirrim one. I forgot what they call it now. War of the Rohirrim, that one. Which I think has been produced by Peter Jackson and all them, I do believe. For over 2 decades, moviegoers have embraced the Lord of the Rings film trilogy because of the undeniable devotion Peter, Fran and Philippa have shown towards protecting the legacy of Tolkien's works and to ensure audiences could experience the incredible world he created in a way that honours his literary vision, Warner Bros. Discovery film chiefs Pam Abdy and Michael DeLuca added. We are honoured they have agreed to be our partners on these 2 new films, with Andy coming aboard to direct Lord of the Rings The Hunt for Gollum. Again, the WT, but with a star next to it. I have no idea what that means. Maybe there's a little star at the bottom, an asterisk that we can find. We continue an important commitment to excellence that is a true hallmark of how we all want to venture ahead and further contribute to the Lord of the Rings cinematic history. As the Hollywood Reporter noted at the time, Amazon is also developing its own larger TV universe for the franchise, potentially leading to the 2 competitive visions. Jackson and his co-writers were said to be frustrated that many people thought they were involved in the Amazon shows when they were not, because the Amazon shows are not very good, are they? I didn't hate season 1 of Rings of Power. I didn't loathe it with every fibre of my being. I admit it's not very good. The news that Jackson, Boyens and Walsh will be involved in the new film franchise is sure to calm any concerns from loyal fans. The original film trilogy, which won a slew of Oscars, I think it won 11, didn't it? I know Return of the King won 11. Did the others win Oscars as well? I think they might have done for the, technical categories and stuff. I don't know. Will be returning to theatres this summer, remastered and extended. That'll be a long day, won't it, if you're going and watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Is that it? That's it. So that's good news. I'm quite excited now about that. More than quite excited. I'm really excited about that. It'd be nice if Peter Jackson were directing, although a lot of people didn't like his Hobbit trilogy, did they? I didn't mind it. Although the first one, Unexpected Journey, was the weakest of them, although a lot of people say that the final one, Battle of the Five Armies, was the weakest. I thought the first one was the weakest. And there weren't classics like the original trilogy were, but they're watchable. They're watchable. But it'd be nice if Peter Jackson were directing. But you never know, he might end up directing again, because that's what happened with The Hobbit, didn't it? It was supposed to be Guillermo del Toro directing those, and then he were out the window. Probably the old artistic differences. I mean, Peter Jackson stepped in and directed those, didn't he? So he might end up doing this one as well. You never know. Yeah, I suppose it depends how Andy Serkis goes on directing it. In my opinion, Andy Serkis is not the best director in the world. I've seen a couple of his films, and I'm not over impressed, to be completely honest. There's something, maybe he's a technically good director, but his films don't grab me. For some reason. It's a style thing, I suppose, isn't it? It's weird, isn't it? You get some directors like Hitchcock who could just have somebody walking down some stairs and it's gripping. And you can have other directors with loads of whiz-bang action and stuff happening on screen, and you're like checking your watch or whatever, or looking at your phone, and you're not interested. Alex Kurtzman, Andy Serkis. I'm sorry. But that's just how I feel. But anyway, hopefully it'll work out fine in this instance. Right, so that's it. So that's all I've got for that. So there we go. So, new Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum. As I said, that's all we know. Oh, well, there was no thing about what WT stood for, was there? No, there didn't. What does WT stand for? If you know, put it in the comments. Nothing further down either, is there? I wonder what it stands for. I don't know. But anyway, whatever. Right. We'll leave it there. I'm sorry, I'm still not over this cold. It's bloody hanging in, is this thing. I'm still a bit bunged up and a bit dry, husky and all that. But, whatever, the show must go on. Right, we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching, wherever you are. Look after each other, and until next time, I'll say the